Hello, everybody. Welcome at the second podcast of the Mary Magdalene and Jesus World School. And we are happy to be here and to tell you about the school and to tell you about Mary Magdalene and Jesus, of course, and their teachings. And this time we're talking about something very special, and this is about the healings of Mary Magdalene and Jesus, which are very impressive. Gabriela, can you tell something about the healing?
Well, I think we have first to talk about their network.
Yes.
Like we said in the first episode, people think in general that Jesus have been working alone and that he brought the opening for Christ consciousness just by himself. And that is not exactly how it went. First of all, like we say in the first episode, Jesus worked always together with Mary Magdalene when he was present in his physical body before the crucifixion, and in the period before the crucifixion and after in his light body. They always worked together. In some moments, one was more focus on something and some situations, like for example Jesus was after his crucifixion in his light body was supporting the male apostles in Judea, Galilee, and the present Turkey and all these regions. He was supporting them. Mary Magdalene was in that time still incarnated and was active in south of France. And she was more focused on her interaction with Celtic tribes and the surroundings in that place. Also with some beings inside of the earth and outside of the earth. But she was focused on different things than Jesus, but they always work together and they support each other. We can say that before they took this role as Mary Magdalene and Jesus, and before their incarnation, they have been previously also incarnated on Earth in the period of Atlantis, for example, and other incarnations afterwards. But also we can say that they have been operated in the context of an intergalactic mission, an intergalactic project for humanity and for the Earth, to support humanity to realize the humanity's primordial mission for awakening the divine in themselves, in their own consciousness, and realizing the divine in themselves and in their surroundings and in their relationships. So they made different contacts with different civilizations, intergalactic civilizations, and also with different spiritual beings and forces, and also with earthly beings and forces and spiritual masters on Earth, and build up a huge network to support them in the awakening of Christ consciousness on Earth. Not only in the time when they were incarnated, but also afterwards. Humanity grew very much in numbers and in processes and in all kinds of experiences, and that needed to be supported by more beings, more light beings. And this network, they facilitate the creation of an energy field, a light field, a loving field. They support people who are searching to activate divinity in themselves, or to activate their Christ consciousness in themselves. And Mary Magdalene and Jesus are primarily responsible for this process, but they have the energetical support from all these beings. They have been present by their birth, they have been present by the crucifixion, and in many other moments in their life and the present moment. And we can say that at this specific time now, this network is also very active. supporting this mission of Mary Magdalene and Jesus, and we have the privilege to be able to work with them, to be an instrument for their work in the form of healings that we are able to offer to people. And we do this regularly, once a month in English and once a month in Dutch. And in these healings, people can receive, if they are open for that, can receive special treatments and support in many different ways, activation of your multidimensionality, support in many processes where you are experiencing. And the healers, they work together also, each in their own speciality, to enhance and increase the energy in the group and individually, and to facilitate the creation of a higher state of consciousness and a higher vibration, so that much healing may happen from inside of the people themselves. And they facilitate also the connection with your soul, with your higher spiritual bodies, and in this way you heal yourself, and sometimes they offer extra aspects for the personality to heal.
I want to suggest that we first talk about the network, how special the network is, and then focus on the healings, because the healings are very different and very special and very powerful. Mm-hmm. So let's focus on the network, and God on an absolute level is also part of the network, you could say. And then I bring out an old saying, and to make things clear about that. And the old observation is that Jesus is the Son of God. And you could say that Mary Magdalene is the daughter of God, you know. And can you tell something about that Son of God?
Yes. There's a special manifestation of God when God, from the divine at an absolute level, pure level of consciousness, manifests itself in order to manifest creation. The first what the divine created was the Trinity of the Creator, the created, and the process of creation. This Trinity is present everywhere. In every process you have a creator aspect, a created aspect, and a process of creation.
Even in making a podcast.
Yes. So when you say the Son of God, is like you would say God is a creator and Jesus is a created. You see a child of a son or a daughter like a created. But in fact, the Trinity is present in everybody and everywhere. So we are all manifestations of the divine. So that is, in fact, a limited belief to say that only one person will be the manifestation of the divine. We are all manifestations of the divine, but we are also creators ourselves. Yes. So in that way, it was like putting some exclusivity. Jesus also was not, didn't agree with that in that way. That was done afterwards in his name, but it was not what he presented to the world.
No, because everybody is a son or a daughter of God.
Yes, and both Jesus and Mary Magdalene didn't pretend to put themselves first. They had leadership, that is true, but they have a kind of leadership to serve the humanity. Yes. They wanted humanity to ascend, not to be adored. No. They didn't expect them to be adored. They have been put in that position as a a political aspect. So in order to say, okay, this person is the port to the heaven and we own him. And those you have to go through us and our saying. That's not what Jesus meant.
No.
Nor Mary Magdalene either not.
No.
You are your own portal to the heaven. Everybody is connected directly to his or her own divine source. There is no exclusivity here. There's no anybody who owns humans in any way. So you can achieve your own connection with the divine yourself, connected with your divine source, without anybody being in between. And Mary Magdalene and Jesus, they offer their service to humanity, but they are not here to be adored. They are available for help. If you need them, you can pray to them, you can ask them, they will support you, they will help you. But they will put you first and not themselves.
All right. I think it was important to say.
Yes.
Because, that's an old misunderstanding. And that stands in the way for a new vision.
Yes, certainly. Yeah.
Okay. Let's look at the groups and beings that support them. So they tell us in a beautiful revelation that they are part of the Brotherhood and Sisterhood of Love and Light.
Yeah, you have different beings and forces and healers that support them.
Yes.
Like you say, the divine God at an absolute levels, of course, is present everywhere, always, all the time. Mother Earth, nature, brothers and sisters from nature, from all realms of animals and plants and minerals and crystals and spiritual beings in nature. The brothers and sisters from light and for the human divinity. These are ascended people who have been incarnated as humans and who have awakened their own divinity in a human form, so that they also have gone through this initiation process of being on earth and awakening your divinity from inside.
That's the brother and sisterhood.
Yes,
Okay.
from light and from love and for human divinity. Then you have brothers and sisters from outer space that are civilizations from other realms of other planets, other galaxies, constellations, intergalactic civilizations who are in a higher state of development, a higher state of consciousness, and have supported humankind from ages, from many thousands of years, to support our development. That's something you can find in many native traditions and in many tales around the world.
So you can say high developed civilizations.
Yes.
Yeah, but can you also say they're extraterrestrials?
Yes, high extraterrestrial civilizations. Yes.
Yeah.
And from other planets, galaxies, constellations, and many connected with the intergalactic council. Also from Andromeda, or from Pleiadeans, or from Sirius, or from many different places and
Arcturians.
Arcturians, yes, and but also beings from inside the Earth, advanced civilizations inside of the Earth.
That is an interesting new phenomena. Of course, it's not new, but
yes,
to many people and to us, it's rather new, let's say. But these inner Earth people,
yes,
they are living there already for a long time.
Yes,
and we did not pay attention to them.
Well, it is blocked. The communication with them has been blocked in the course of history.
Yeah, they were not manifesting them.
Well, there was a time when there was more connection, at least certain groups connected with them from the surface of the Earth, and at a certain time around Middle Ages that was blocked. And it was a period in which there were also fights from extraterrestrial civilizations with each other in the skies, and it's kind of period like that.
They were hiding in the earth?
I don't know that, but they were fighting in somehow, and in that time it seems to be blocked.
The communication. Yeah.
So everybody forgot about that. At least most of the people.
Yeah, probably governments knew about it, but they didn't mention it.
No, so that is with all new generations that is forgotten.
It is silenced.
Yes. And you have also travelers from other times, from the future, from the past, from other dimensions, from other universes.
That is a totally different subject. So.
Yes, this is connected with a broader understanding of who we are and in which kind of universe or multiverse we live in.
What I see is that, we have high developed civilizations, extraterrestrials. We see that they work together as well with Mary Magdalene and Jesus in their huge network. And you have inner earth civilizations. And both of, I can say, the manifest of the network from Mary Magdalene and Jesus at this time is not a coincidence.
No.
Because it's a transformative time, and now they are here to help us with the transformation.
Yes.
But also other extraterrestrials are manifesting themselves, and the inner earth people are manifesting themselves. So everything about this is popping up now, and that is rather special.
Yes.
Can you tell something more about it? Because why is it now all happening? Why are they presenting themselves now?
Well, we are in an ascension process, like we say in the first podcast. We are growing up as humans. We are coming from a period where we didn't know very much about our lineage and our background. And we have evolved to a point in which we are now able to understand and accept and embrace our cosmic connections, our multidimensionality. And because we have evolved too, and we are up to a bigger jump in evolution, with now the Earth is coming in a zone of the Earth, as in one arm of the Milky Way, is coming in an ascension zone where it's coming to a higher vibrational period, so to say. So when the energy increases, then change occurs, and there is more opening for connection with higher developed beings.
And this development cannot be stopped.
In fact, not. No. And because it's like a birth, these beings are here to support us also.
You say that human divinity experiences a new birth. Can you say that?
I say that's new birth for humanity,
yes.
in which we are going to a new phase of evolution. And there are very many spiritual people on Earth who have been doing their inner work in many ways, and they have created also. We have created together an opening, more advanced field of energy of consciousness, who is ready for an upgrade, for evolution.
Okay, so this means that the groups that we've mentioned are supporting us to wake up.
Yes, and to give form to this new world, to this new phase, and to involve also more people. There are a huge amount of people who are searching from their heart a way to fulfillment, a way to love, to unity. But maybe they do not do it in a spiritual way. They do it through their daily activities and their work and their families, etc. But there is much longing in the human heart for love, for equality, for righteousness, for cooperation, for growth. There are very many millions of people who longed for this, and they don't openly connect with the spiritual way, but they are in the same vibration, you can say, in the same consciousness. And those people can use some support to give it a form that reflects the longing from their heart.
But it looks like that the confrontation with extraterrestrials, inner earth people, is very shocking. So this shock that there are extraterrestrials and inner earth people is also broaden up their view on who they self are, who they are,
Yes.
who people are.
We also can say that there are different experiences with extraterrestrials. You have had experiences from previous civilizations on Earth, previous human groups who have been helped by extraterrestrials in their learning to cultivate many plants and for food and all these kind of things, and to work with water and work with many survival aspects. They have learned also from different civilizations. Then you have had around the last big war, Second World War, a lot of destructive races connected with humanity, and there have been traumatic experiences from people that are not shared in the main media, but they have been present in many ways. You can find them everywhere, in fact, except in the main media. And that is gone now in that massive way. They have been cleaned up, and now there is space for a real connection with evolved races and with beings of light, and who have a loving connection with humanity. But anyway, what is important to say about this is that that you call it disclosure, manifesting all the things, becoming aware of all these groups and civilizations. But Mary Magdalene and Jesus, like our school, we stand for inner disclosure. That means accepting and embracing our own multidimensionality, staying in our own personal force, our own loving heart, and growing ourselves in this process, and connect with all this being, and keeping our authenticity and our self-respect and our heart connection.
But also realizing in the confrontation that we are not only earth beings, but we are cosmic beings.
Exactly, yeah.
And that is a shift.
Yes.
When we're talking about a shift, that is a shift.
Certainly. And then we have also to find a new position in our, according in connection with the multiversum, the big universes, so to say, and also redefine our identity. It's redefining who we are and in which context we exist, and making it broader. We have a broader self, so to say, cosmic self.
And in that sense, that Mary Magdalene and Jesus gave us an example.
Yes.
They show us what's possible. You know, I was a little bit shocked to hear that they were able to travel spiritually on Earth, using portals, going from France to Palestine, to Judea, and to Scotland, for instance. And that way, then they were able to travel through the Earth to, let's say, the United States, in America and North America, and that also brought me to, wow, what's happening here? But they tell us people can do that too when they develop themselves to. They are multidimensional, but when they experience their multidimensionality.
Yeah, there are many of these portals are not open for humanity now in this way, but it's what you say. When we evolve enough to be able to handle those energies, they are very powerful energies, and you have to be able to function in that frequency and to be able to manage your energetical system, and that will take some time, but we will be able to do that if in the
when we
future.
are ready for that.
Well, yes, when we are ready.
When
for
our
that.
vibration is, when there's you need a certain vibration and development to do that.
Yes.
Okay, let's focus on the network of healers.
Yes.
Okay, what are they doing exactly? I know they're doing a lot of healings, a lot of healing of very different things. But can you give an example?
Well,
some examples.
Yes. What they are, what I say before, what they do is they create a field of energy. They equalize the energy with us, and they support us to attune with our divine blueprint, to attune with our higher levels of consciousness, with our soul levels, with our higher evolved spiritual bodies, with our higher self, with our divine source. So through refining and increasing the frequency of our personal self, when we allow that, but if you go to a healing, we are giving permission for that, then we can connect with our own source in a more explicit and open way, and with all our higher levels of consciousness. So, and these go operate in our personal self, interact with our personal self. That means our physical, energetical, emotional, and psychic bodies, and they help our personal bodies, our personal self, to connect with our divine blueprint and to connect with unity, our own divinity. And that creates in itself a healing, a transformation. So you can experience a healing in a level that fits with you, with your own personal process. Some people can experience physical transformations. Some other not. Some people can experience energetical, emotional transformations, insights, a better state of being. They can become aware of things. They can transform things in their life. They can have connections. It can take any form.
Okay, it can stimulate to for the higher self to go deeper into the personality.
Yes.
Okay, but that is a lot.
Yes.
And I'm also impressed they are busy healing things from, let's say, wars from 3,000 years ago.
Yes.
Or even cosmic wars.
Yes. You can realize that they are acting from a very much big perspective than a normal person on Earth.
Yeah.
They function from a dimension beyond time and space. So from a dimension where everything is present. so they can see our lives like are happening now.
And the impact from former lives on our present life.
Yes, and they can support us and invite us to recover aspects of our soul who have been retained in certain our old identities, and to bring them back to our present soul. They can invite us to heal certain experiences from the past, or from other lives on other planets. Some people are still having traumatic experiences from other places in the universe where they have experienced wars and destructions and migrations, etc. And that is something the soul brings with itself, so to say. And then it can awaken some things on Earth that you remember. Maybe you come from a planet who exploded, and then you see certain wars on Earth, and then you think, oh, it's going to happen this again here, and then you are triggered from inside.
Yeah, so that old traumas, they're still present in this life.
Yes, but when they bring them to the attention of the participants, so to say, and then they can be transformed. They bring them in the space of healing. They create a space of healing, and everything is brought there, collective things, individual things, and all those duality aspects are brought into unity, are invited to go into unity, and then a transformation takes place, a healing takes place. That's how they mostly operate. In certain moments, when the person explicitly asks for it, and when it is allowed to, they can operate on some things.
Because for instance, there is a healing, and people participate in the healing. Then when they participate in the healing, they say they are open to be helped.
Yes, yes.
We are open for help from the masters and for healing. And then the spiritual world is allowed to heal.
Yes.
And that's important.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway, in the healings, when there are very critical things that they offer, people are always asked, if you want this, you can say yes in your heart. And if maybe you have participated in the healing, but you didn't see this coming, and then you think, oh, but that I don't want, then you can always say no.
Oh, okay.
And there's in the most of the healings, there's always a space for personal question and personal ask for help, so to say. And then the person who is participating can, in your heart, you can take, embrace a certain subject, a certain theme or problem you have, and where you want to receive help, and then they will focus on that, and probably they will show you what is going on, or maybe they will heal something, but they will heal it together with you. They will take you by the hand to solve that. And they want maximum participation of the person who is being healed.
Yeah. When we look at the healings, you could say that they are taking place now in this transformative time to develop humanity and to help them, to bring them to the new world, you could say. Is that?
Well, we don't bring us. We do that ourselves, but they support us in getting rid of limitations. We have been, creating many limiting beliefs, like a kind of roof of what we think about ourselves, who we think we are, what we are capable of, and the evolution of humanity has been delayed. And somehow we have participated in that, and we are all co-creators in the conscious and unconscious way of this. But now it's time to clean that up, to open up for more things, for a huge way of development.
Okay, but it's for me personally, when there is a healing, and we are privileged to support the healing, and you see what is healed. You see the different groups of healers. You see them working. Can you say something about that? What you see?
Well, they don't put themselves in the middle of it. What they present mostly are the subjects where the attention goes.
Okay.
I feel their energy, I see their energy field, but my attention is driven to what
To the subject of healing.
Yes, and
Right.
to describe it, and in order why I describe it, then it is being created and facilitated, and an opening takes place. So I'm not so much busy with them themselves, but more with what they present to me, and they do it quite quickly. So I have to speed up.
They're very good in their job. You can
Yes,
say.
yes, they're very, very quick, and sometimes I have to ask them to slow down a little bit because there are too many things, and I think on the participants, and I say, okay, they have to process this, so they slow down a little bit. But yes.
Yeah, but if you want to describe what happens, then that it takes time.
Well, not so much that, but I can describe it, but then it can become a lot, and I become aware of the one who are receiving it, and it's okay, they must process that, so to say.
Yeah. Okay. I think we've said enough now about the network and the healings.
Yes.
There is one subject, and that is cosmic citizenship, we call it. And Mary Magdalene and Jesus asked us to tell something about cosmic citizenship.
Yes. Well, it has to do with what we have been talking about now. That is that we can think redefine ourselves, and realize that we are cosmic citizens. That means we are not only confined to the Earth, but we are part of the solar system, we are part of the Milky Way, we are part of our own universe, and we are part of the multiverse, and we are part of other dimensions, and sometimes connect with other times through previous or future lives. And we have a multiple presence in the multiverse. And we haven't been, most of us, so to say, some people did, but we haven't been aware of this for a long time.
Yeah.
Natives from different continents know this better than modern people.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yes. They hold the key to many of these things.
Yeah. They're connected still.
Yes, they have a lot of knowledge, and they know what they do.
Yeah.
But most of the present humans have not been aware of their belonging to a greater whole, to the whole multiverse.
Yeah.
And then you can say there are already many humans who have been to other planets and to the moon and to Mars and
even have cosmic family.
Yes, but there are humans, born humans, who have gone already to many places.
Also, yeah.
Yes, and that is not
in a material form.
Yeah. This is not something that is communicated in a broader way, but it has happened, and it's still like that. But let's say humanity, as it is now, begin to discover the possibility of going to space in a broader way, to have colonies there, to multiply, etc. But mostly, to be able to do that, it is the best way that we first make this jump in evolution in our consciousness, so that we can spread unity to the universe and not to spread duality and conflict. but there is enough of that.
Not bring the bad things from Earth to the cosmic scenery.
To bring what we are meant to do, that is Christ consciousness, to share that with other civilizations, so to say. Yeah. That is, the best way to do it. And that's why it is for the whole of humanity, some things are being a little delayed, because we are still evolving and making that jump in evolution that we are up to now.
Okay. I think this is a good moment to stop the conversation, because there are so many things to say about the healings and the network, etc., etc. Yes. But there will be new opportunities to talk about this, and because we are also busy with a book about cosmic citizenship, and I think that is a good opportunity to focus on this again.
Yes, and yes, certainly. And I would like to say that we give once a month healing in English language. You can find that by our website, Mary Magdalene and Jesus.com.
Right.
And there you can book yourself a place, and we record it, so you can receive a recording afterwards. And we also want to ask you to like this site and subscribe to our site, to our podcast.
Thank you very much for your attention, and we see you on the next podcast.
Yes, thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Ciao.